started.
Hello, Jay. You're right.
The pen tablet.
The pen tablet.
Still need
Good
to
man,
watch it.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good man. I watched an episode in a bit, mate. It wasn't terrible by any stretch, but it felt like a bit of a drawn out film. You know what I mean?
What, that was made into a TV show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jables. Obviously,
Yes.
delicious last course Cuphead. You know, I've been waiting for it forever. I haven't. It came out like a couple of days ago, and I haven't even checked it out yet.
Yeah.
Guess how much it is?
20. Between 23 and 28 quid.
$6.79.
Oh, bloody hell. That's awesome.
I mean, is that not the most reasonably priced DLC you've ever seen in your whole life?
I think weird. It seems criminally underpriced. It just depends, right?
I'm buying it today. I'm playing it tonight now. You know what I mean?
There you go, yeah.
Like, I'm in the hype. I'll play it over the weekend. I'll play it with everyone else because that is so fucking cheap.
It might be that they know that people are going to buy it, so they just thought, yeah, we'll price it like the most reasonable price we can.
Yeah.
They were just
In
like,
fact,
people are going to buy it. So.
I can redeem my reward points for a $5 voucher, so it'll be like, yeah, that'd be
awesome.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, I love that.
Anyway, how are you doing, sir?
Good. Had a shave today. Look at this clean, clean boy.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
Oh.
Oh, so you do me as well, do you? You do the neck and then yeah.
Sort of a line across here.
Unlike me, though, you have a jawline, so yeah.
Yeah, I do. That's what happens when you lose a bunch of weight.
Yes, it is. Well, I haven't spoken to you in ages, mate. You seem well.
Yeah, you look dishevelled.
Thank you. Thank you. See, I think my hair looks good like this, but everyone else thinks I look like a homeless person.
Well, it's not that. It's just that, I don't know.
Oh, I did go out last night, so I am tired, etc.
That seems to be the running theme.
Yeah, all right.
Alright, I have a social life, whatever.
Well, I went out with work actually. We had an absolute blast. So there's only 4 of us, and we went to like a bar and then went to a couple of pubs, just pretty standard. I caught up, so I was having like 2 pints at a time, and I didn't eat until lunch. And we went out in the evening, so that was a bad move. So I got some chips, got 2 portions of skin on fries, a lot of big portions. It was like Fabi Danko. Then went to this, you know what it's like, Jay, like the really popular bar-y places.
Yeah, I know exactly what that's like.
Mate, terrible. Are you joking?
It's a mixture of sarcasm and I kind of do know what you mean.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen them at least. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, rammed. It's like 10 to 7, and it's already rammed. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that, and it's 5-person deep at the bar, right?
Yeah,
so
the 7 o'clock crowd is sort of like a mixture between families that haven't left yet and like people who are starting to drink.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. So you've got the people who are early for the pre-game, and you've got the people who just haven't left after like a family meal. It's like, why are you still here?
Totally. And then I was like, nah. And then anyway, we were walking, trying to find somewhere. We went in this other place, the Cozy Club, which opened up in Norwich. There's one in Birmingham. I don't know if you know of it.
I do know of it, yes.
So we went in there for a drink, and then I was like, right, guys, we're doing karaoke. I'm fucking, we're doing karaoke. So then we like looked online. There's this like kind of dodgy looking place behind Broad Street, which is like your Prince of Wales and Birmingham, basically.
Okay.
So then we walk over to the river. We walk like 15 minutes away because we were like, let's get a taxi. I'm like, nah, fucking walk, man. So anyway, so we walked to this jazz bar, and there's this lady playing, running up that hill, obviously, because that's a lot in the, whatever. So anyway,
Stranger Things, man. Got to number 1.
Stranger Things.
Which, funnily enough, I actually watched the last 2 episodes last night.
Oh, what did you think?
Probably the best series so far.
Wow. Isn't it the last ever?
No, the next one is the last one, I think.
Oh, right. So it didn't
Season 5 will be No, of course not. Are you kidding? They left it on like a massive cliffhanger.
Oh, why would they leave it on a cliffhanger and then leave the last 2 on a cliffhanger?
They left it in a... Okay, so it kind of wasn't necessarily like a cliffhanger. It was more of a like...
Okay.
They left it on a particular scene where you're like, I can't wait to see what happens next. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that like end of a... Well, I guess not. You probably wouldn't know, but like a really good manga scene or something, you know?
Sure.
They're like, oh, I need to read the next chapter, kind of thing.
Sure.
Like I need to know, but I've got to wait bloody years now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, and this one seemed delayed as well because it's been 3 years, hasn't it, since the last season, like season 3?
I don't even remember. I have to check that, but I don't
No,
know if it's been that long. But
anyway, so we walk in
anyway.
this bar, and they're like, "There's this woman," and I'm like, "Guys, this is not karaoke because I'm not fucking singing in front of all these people." I was like, the place we looked at was a box, and I want a box.
Oh, so there's two different types of karaoke. There's one that you do on a stage in front of the whole pub/bar, or there's the one where you're in a box and you're with your friends. There's two different types.
Exactly. So anyway, so we went to the wrong place, went to the right place, had a great time, loved it. Anyway, that's enough about that. J-Balls, it's been some time since we did a show podcast. I don't. Show seems a bit much, doesn't it? Since we did a podcast. So.
Jesus, yeah, you're right. It was 3 years. Fucking hell.
Was it?
Yeah.
Have they said when
the next one's going to be? Hoping 2 years minimum. Hoping.
Yeah.
So 2024. I mean, probably
like
closer
young
to.
Adults, right?
I mean, they already are. Most of them in their late teens, early to mid 20s. It depends.
Fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. India's texting me about things she's seeing in B&M. I'm very sorry. I do apologise.
Oh, that's fine.
I can't delay it because it's one of those. Right. Sorry about that.
So yeah, you were saying it's been a long time.
It's been a long time, but
yeah, it's weird. You were like AFK from Xbox. So I was on Xbox sometimes during the last week or so.
Sure.
I've got like your profile as on my homepage, see what you're up to.
Yeah.
And it's like last achievement like 9 days ago. And I'm like, Jesus, Nick has not even got a single achievement in the last over a week. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where he must have gone away somewhere. But I imagine you went away.
Well, we were out in London last weekend. So it was quite a busy week, to be fair, mate. But I mean, the reason is because I'm playing PlayStation.
That makes more sense. I didn't think about that.
So have you seen what I've been playing? Don't tell the kids yet.
No, I haven't even been looking.
Can I ask a favour? If you can not tempt yourself, Jay, what are you doing?
Cleaning my screen, but my finger keeps popping up.
I thought you were doing this.
Well, technically I am, just with my finger, like doing this.
Oh, that's anyway. Shit. Yeah. Try not to look, because
I haven't looked.
I'm very excited to tell you and everyone, but that's another time.
I'm a little bit
worried. I will
be
on
now.
Xbox a bit more, mate. I will be on Xbox a bit more.
Well, I'm probably going to be on PlayStation a bit more. So.
Right. Okay. Did you finish? Oh, well, we'll get into that in a bit. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, you're right, Joe. I haven't played Xbox that much, I've got to admit. So, which fierce fighting female duo did Black Panther have with... Oh, sorry, I can't read. Which fierce fighting female duo did Black Panther have with him in the casino fight scene? Shuri and Ramonda, Lady Sif and Jane Foster. Is Sif not the dog in Dark Souls? Lady Sif and Jane Foster, Nebula and Gamora, or Okio and Nakia?
It's funny. I was actually thinking Gamora initially, but I don't know if that's true because I don't think Black Panther and Guardians mixed too often. So what were the other options?
We've got Shuri and Ramonda for A, and Lady Sif and Jane Foster, and then we've got.
I feel like it's the first one. It must be Shuri.
Incorrect, Jay. It's Okia and Nakia, or Okie.
They must be some of the guards that he has. I forget the name of the group, but yeah, okay.
I thought that was a suitably hard question.
Yeah, that was definitely a toss-up between A and the last one.
Totally. Jay, do you mind taking us to the first topic page, and we'll jump right into your topic for the week?
It's funny. I haven't seen the first Black Panther film because it came out in the cinema.
Me neither.
I haven't rewatched it.
You not watched on Disney Plus?
I haven't rewatched it. No.
No, me neither. But did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I loved it. Thought it was great.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
We're just gonna have this now. We're just gonna have this now. I look like a bloody anime character.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm keeping it. Go ahead.
Do it. Ride with it. Do you remember when your mum used to cut that little bit?
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
I just got annoyed with it, but yeah, whatever.
Do you still cut
it? It's gone now. It's gone. It's all grown in.
Yeah, Yeah. Cool. All right, Jables.
Yeah.
Your topic. I put on hold half your topic because
Yeah.
I said we should wait for a good occasion. I know, Jay.
I mean, mine still
I'm
isn't
happy
necessarily like finished. It's more of a like I've written down like about 30 games and been like, right, well, some of these are probably going to be there. At least most of
Well,
them.
do you want to do another list? Do you want to like? Should we just think of a list now that you would
Sure.
want to just go through? Should I make one up? Okay. All right. Here's one for you. Not too much pressure. Just a list, right? Top
Just for
5.
fun.
Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Top 5 Xbox One games.
Oh god, Xbox One.
Like, let's go exclusives. I think. Let's go exclusives.
Okay.
Did you play 5 Xbox One exclusives?
I've got to check. Hang on. Xbox
'Cause
One exclusives.
I've got an idea of what mine will be.
Okay.
But I know you wanted to do some lists, so we can do more lists. I don't mind doing lists. But your other list, Jay, we'll save for a suitable occasion.
Okay. Oh wow, this is harder than I thought.
So, without further ado, do you want to start at number 5, or do you want me to start at number 5? Are we doing no particular order, or?
You can start.
Okay, all right. So, I can't do mine in order because we're doing this off the bat. I haven't time to think about it, guys. So just chill the fuck out. My one of them, without question, Sunset Overdrive.
Okay.
Quality game, underrated. It's got like Saints. It's genuinely funny. Genuinely funny. It's got Saints Row vibes with Insomniac's incredible gameplay. Loved every second of it. Would highly recommend to anyone. I think it might be on Game Pass, but I can't remember at the moment.
It's one of those ones that I've got in my collection because I remember downloading it for free once, and I keep staring at it, being like, when am I ever going to play this? And I just don't know.
Oh mate,
it's difficult. I need to do it at some point.
Right, Jay, have you got any at all that you like the look of?
Number 5. I mean, I don't know if I've got a correct list here, because as far as I'm concerned, there's only 20 apparently.
Well, that's just someone putting their 20 together, right? I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. I literally cannot find a list
of Microsoft Xbox One exclusives.
Nope, cannot find one. A good one.
I hear you. I hear you.
Hang on. I'm getting there. Here we go. Okay. I think I have it. A lot of these I don't even know what they are. That's the thing. I think I know what my number 1 is, but I'm not.
No particular order, Jay. No particular order. Give me one that we can discuss.
Horizon 2? Is that an exclusive?
As in Forza?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
That'll
2?
definitely
Why
be
2?
up there. Because that's the one that came out on Xbox One. No?
Well, I think 3 and 4 did.
I don't know, actually. I can't even remember.
They're all exclusive anyway. But, Jay, elaborate. Why do you like Forza Horizon so much?
Well, I like all the Forzas. I think all the Forza Horizon games have just been like great quality, and then every one after the previous one has just gotten better and better in terms of like overall quality of the game. Like sound design has been insane, visuals has always been like they've just progressed. I think they'll definitely get to a point where they can't anymore. I think 5 has sort of hit the pinnacle as far as I'm concerned. I don't think Horizon 6 is going to be much better than this.
Do you like the motorsport ones as well?
Horizon, not really. I definitely used to play them back in the day, but they always had odd numbered achievements, and I was like, well, I don't like that.
Oh, all of them?
I think some of them did, yeah.
Oh God, no. So Jay, out of curiosity, right? Does Forza Horizon fill in that kind of Need for Speed gap that a lot of people are missing? You know, like the classic Need for Speed.
Yeah. Although there have been some good, Need for Speeds that have come out recently.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. All right, Jay. Next up for me, this is a kind of controversial one. For me at least. Halo the Master Chief Collection. Now, Halo Infinite's not on this list only because I liked it a lot, but ultimately it's not got the 4 original games, or 6 at this point. Master Chief Collection is a very, very, very special game to me. I've got a lot of history with it. I know that we've jumped in. I think, did we jump into it together yet? I can't remember. But anyway, we
No, I don't think we have.
We might have played it, we might have not, but I've played those campaigns numerous times on the collection. I love those campaigns. Obviously, I think 3's the best, then 2, then maybe 1, then 4. ODST is great as well, doing its own unique thing. Don't rate Reach that much, but I love the collection. They did pour in a lot of love and effort into it. Guys, honestly, you could play the collection as your only game. Period. And like, I know,
yeah,
you can say
100%
that a
agree.
lot for like a lot of games, you know, like Destiny 2 and all that. But this game, there's a lot of stuff in there. So love it. Obviously, love Halo. The mixes, Jay, obviously, it's so much of it's still broken. You know, achievements still broken, systems still broken.
That's bad.
So that's annoying. But I wish it was. If it was a polished product, it'd probably be my favorite Xbox One title, to be honest.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. Yeah. Jay,
Want to know
any
my
idea
one?
on
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I'm pretty sure State of Decay
Yeah.
is an exclusive,
Yeah.
right? State of Decay.
Yeah.
I remember playing I still need to play the second one, but the first one I remember when it came out, it was sort of like in that time when zombie games were still sort of like prevalent. And I just remember thinking that it was different enough for me to warrant it like not being annoying. Like zombies were starting to become annoying like around that time. And yeah, it was just good enough. Like I'm trying to think if it was like it might have even been pre-Fortnite, from what I can remember. And I remember I'm thinking about it now. It was very Fortnite-esque in the way that you
I think it probably was, mate.
the way it looked
Probably
and
was
the way like
Fortnite.
the style of it. I think was very similar. So whether or not there's any sort of connection between Fortnite and State of Decay, I'm not sure. It also felt like it had a very similar sort of like adult feel, much like how Dead Rising did, even though it was fairly cartoony. Like the story and the way it played out was very like that. And now that I think about it, it also had a weirdly almost like a mobile game-esque like progression system, in that you had to like go around collecting houses and like leveling them up and stuff. I think from what I can remember.
Sure.
It wasn't that long of a game either, and I think the achievements were pretty good. So it was short and sweet and concise, and I liked it for that. The style of it was great, and yeah, zombies was just a good time still back then. So
Yeah, totally. So
yeah.
did you play it like a lot? Did you finish it, so to speak?
Yeah,
or?
I'm pretty sure I definitely finished it, but whether I like completed it fully, I don't really remember, to be honest. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, all right.
So yeah, what's your number 4? Did you do 5? Or you did 5, but did you do 4?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Well,
so it's your number 3.
I can't rank mine, but mine are no number, Jay.
Yeah, I think mine are too. These are all just ones I remember enjoying at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got my next one. So my next one is shit. Oh yeah, I got it. Is Titanfall.
Yeah,
Titanfall
I remember you
1.
playing that a lot.
Oh, dude. Oh my god, I love that game so much. It was just exactly what I wanted from COD, but like in 2013. I got it with my Xbox.
Yeah.
Love the progression system, wasn't overburdening. It's just so good, mate. Just so good. Loved it. And multiplayer only game. Loved it.
Yeah.
So it can be done.
There was a campaign, wasn't there?
Not really.
Did they add one?
You did the campaign, but like it was in a multiplayer setting. Basically, it was just certain maps and stuff like that. But it was, yeah.
I think Titanfall, like even the company behind it, have sort of evolved, right? Because they're the ones who did Apex now.
Yeah, and Jedi Fallen Order.
They did. Oh, it was Respawn? That is Respawn. Yeah, wow, I completely forgot about that.
Oh, dude, they are fucking killing it.
Yeah, I guess Titanfall definitely was like a good springboard into their next lot of things.
Totally.
Yeah, no, they've had a pretty good trajectory. We'll go with that.
Yeah, Titanfall 1 completely made, like, that's probably why I'm softer on the Xbox One than I maybe should be, because I love that game, and the fact it came out, with my console was fantastic.
Fair enough.
Mate. Fantastic.
Okay.
Go on then. Give us your.
You
give
probably
us your
won't
hit.
know this game. Do you remember Gigantic?
Yeah, I do.
Do you? Do you know what it is?
Is it a like an Overwatch style game?
Yeah, so it's kind of like MOBA slash Overwatchy type game. It was just like a really because at the time I think I was also playing Battleborn, which was the
Yeah.
Gearbox,
Gearbox.
yeah, Gearbox game.
Yeah.
So it's just all in that sort of cartoony, MOBA type Overwatch game, and it was just I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. It was also one of these ones where you could sort of like level up, but based on like abilities or like cards that I think you could pick up, something like that as well, which I think was like the beginning of all that. Because now there's a lot of MOBAs that do that. But back then, I want to say they were the first ones to do it. Unfortunately, I don't think the game's around anymore. I think I tried playing it, but yeah, the servers went down however many years ago.
Was it
But
popular?
I don't think so. I think that's probably why it went away. But I kind of want to look up the company who made it and see if they're doing anything now. I don't think they are, unfortunately.
They must be, right? Like,
Very
I assume
small
it's a
but
successful
company.
game. No.
Oh no, they're shut down. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they've been shut down. Gigantic was not making enough revenue. That's unfortunate. It was a good game though. I think had the game maybe come out recently, it probably would have done a lot better.
Fair.
I also think it was just like I said, ahead of its time. It was just really
Fair.
good. It was just a great style. It might have even been really good if they re-released it as a mobile game. It'd probably do amazingly well now. But yeah, they're not around. They were between 50 and 100 people initially, I think.
Crikey.
Yeah. There you go.
Sad times. Jake, linking back to the start of our conversation, my number 4 or 4th pick, Cuphead.
Yeah.
An easy pick. For obvious reasons.
I'm debating on whether to add that to my list. It might just be my number 2, I guess. Same as you.
Have you played it, Jay?
I have.
I take it. All right.
Not finished, but I've played it enough to enjoy.
You played like 5 hours or so, or
between 5 and 10, probably.
Yeah, fine. All right. I'm just checking you haven't played it for like 20 minutes. That's all.
No, longer than that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I don't think there's much more we need to say about that, to be honest with you. So hit me with your next one, Jay.
I guess my last one, if I'm also counting Cuphead.
Hold on, this is your 4th, isn't it? Didn't I go first?
Yeah, but I'm counting Cuphead as my next pick.
Sorry,
so
yeah, all right. Sorry, yeah.
I'm just going to say what my number 1 is, because it's definitely one of the best games I've played in recent years.
Can I guess?
Yes, please.
Very easy pick. Quantum Break.
It is most certainly Quantum Break. I think about it all the time. I think it's it was probably the best game I played on Xbox One. Xbox One. Yeah, it was the best game for that era, I'd say. That I can think of, at least. But yeah, Xbox. I mean, it's funny. I was now looking through all the Xbox exclusive titles, and I was like, this is sparse. There's that's like scraping the bottom of the barrel type stuff, A lot of it is just like Forza, really. Forza and sort of takes up most of the space on there.
Did you ever play any of the Ori games?
No, again, one of those ones I still need to play at some point, but I'm just not in the mood for that style of game at the minute.
I hear you.
So I'll get round to it, but there's plenty of time to play those games. Plenty of time.
There is, and let's be honest, right? A lot of these exclusives are on Game Pass now.
Yeah, most of them are. Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just finishing looking through the list, Jay, because I definitely have missed one probably that's a very obvious choice, but I'm gonna hit you with my last one as well, and that's Inside, which is the one made by the team behind Limbo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Limbo. Yeah.
Fucking masterpiece. Inside, an absolute masterpiece.
I actually can't remember what the game looked like. I've definitely seen it. Is it the one with the little character and there's like big people everywhere? Or am I thinking that's something else?
Maybe.
No, that's something else. You're alright.
Okay.
I'm thinking of a more recent game.
It's basically like a sort of bit
Was Inside the one with the weird blob? It was the one with the weird blob, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember they released
They released
a special edition or like a model that you could have of the end blob character, and it's kind of like, whoa, I love that. I thought it was like really creepy and cool.
Totally, dude. I think you would love the vibe for that game, Jay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's definitely one of those ones I was like, oh, I'll play that, and then never just got around. Never got around to it.
I think some of the standouts for that game is the animation, the atmosphere, the music, but also the let me just re-emphasize that the animations, Jay, are ridiculous.
Okay.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So like 2016 that game came out, I think.
I think 2015.
Maybe 2015 sounds more.
Maybe
yeah,
2016,
okay.
mate. Yeah, 2016.
Know.
Probably 2016. I think you might be right. Oh, maybe it came out in 2015, but it was for 2016 game. Anyway, but yeah, loved it. I think I played it over. It was either a really long night and I played it till like 3 a.m, or it was over 2 nights. I honestly can't remember.
Oh, okay. I think I actually remember you playing it. I think I remember you telling me about it way back in the day.
But yeah, love that game. It's got a lot of movie in it, Jay. You know what I mean?
A lot of movie. What you mean, like cinematics, or just the vibe?
Just the vibe. Just the vibe, because you're pretty much playing the whole time. So yeah, it's very cool. Very good. Would highly recommend.
Yeah.
Alas, Jay, let's move on to what you're actually playing, because I haven't got a clue.
So I've been doing the sort of like the classic, I'd say me and you type thing, which is I like to refer to this term as dabbling. So I've sort of been playing around, just sort of like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. What am I in the mood for? And I'll just go through all the games that I now have in my mind as to what I potentially will play, hopefully for the next couple of weeks. So I started The Witcher again. I was like, right, I'll try and see if I want to play that again. So I played 5 minutes of that. I was like, right, I'll probably come back to it just to I'll test what else there is out there. I probably put a couple hours into Dragon Age Inquisition again, just to remind myself why did I stop playing it.
Sure.
What else did I do?
Can I just quickly interrupt you, Jay? So when you're dabbling, are you hoping that you're in the mood for one of these games? Like
it's more of like I'm in the mood for it, so let's just test the water to see if my body will let me continue playing it. That makes sense.
And mind, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Body and mind. Mind. Sure. So, like, but when you dabble, are you thinking like I'm going to definitely at some point? Okay, all right. There's games that Jay is definitely going back to, like Tales of Arise, and then there's games like Wolfenstein 2, right? Which again, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's very unlikely you're going to play that, right? So I'm just wondering, where do these sit in your actual likelihood of playing? You know what I mean?
Like over 50% chance.
Okay, all right. Please continue.
I put quite a few hours into Fallout 4.
Saw that, loved that, got very excited by that, Jay.
Yeah.
What's the thoughts?
I'm actually a lot closer to the end than I thought. I've probably put in maybe 36-ish hours, 38 hours, and I'm like,
you're mainlining it quite a bit.
I'm surprisingly further along than I thought.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Like main story wise, I've actually gotten further. It's just that there's so many side quests I haven't done yet, which is surprising. That's mainly down to me just not going everywhere. If that makes sense.
Sure.
I've been a decent way around the map, but I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, okay.
What did you get any sort of anxiety from jumping in, to a character you've been playing that before, like remembering?
Weirdly, honestly, it was kind of like riding a bike. It was just like, oh, the same. I know. It's funny. Fallout 4 was one of those ones where I knew exactly where I was. I remember I knew exactly what mission I was on when I started playing it again. I was like, oh, I remember where I was.
Nice.
Even though I haven't played it for like over a year, I knew exactly where I was. It was strange. I did Fallout New Vegas for like 5 minutes just to remind myself on how the game looks, and you can play that in 60 frames now. Oh my god, it's different.
FPS
both Fallout,
is it?
Both Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas, different games in 60 frames. Completely different games. Like
4's in 60 frames too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's a different experience, dude. It's a completely different experience. I will say, it actually made me enjoy the game more, because I was playing it in 30 frames and I was like, oh, I remember how sluggish this felt, and then I checked to see if there's an FPS boost, and I was like, oh crap, there's an FPS boost. So I literally started that and I was like, yep, I can actually play this for a bit longer now. So that helped with me playing it for longer than I would have done, I think, normally.
So are you tapping out now for the time being then?
I don't know, it just depends, because I've now I'll just mention these other two games, and then I'll talk about the
Sure.
PlayStation ones. I tried
Okay.
Smite
I
again.
meant, sorry, as in like no, but Fallout 4 specifically, have you tapped out for now? You know
Not
what I mean?
really, no. I haven't
Okay.
tapped out of anything necessarily.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
Um,
So Smite was it?
yeah, Smite. I just wanted to see like what the new gods were. I was like, yeah, I'll just check it out. Play the game. It's still much the same. Actually, it is a little bit better. I think it just seems like maybe like overall improvement in general. I mean, the game's been going for a long time now, so and they've had a lot of collaborations. They had a Slipknot collaboration.
Saw that.
They've got a
Yeah.
Stranger Things collaboration. I think they had a maybe like a World of Tanks collaboration maybe at one point. I can't even remember now. And they've actually got a lot more streamer collaborations that have been happening too. But I guess the biggest one, Xbox wise, for me, is the Overwatch 2 beta is currently up and ready, and you can only play it if you signed up for it. And I finally got in. So I've been playing that pretty much most of this morning.
Okay. So
And it feels a hell of a lot better. Holy shit!
Really?
Wait,
hold on a minute. As in the game, or compared to Overwatch 1?
Compared to Overwatch 1, oh my god.
Oh really?
Like the fact that they got rid of, they've made it from 6v6 to 5v5. That was a big enough change instantly for me to enjoy it more. Like it felt like I knew what was going on more. Like I felt like it was easier for the team to collaborate and to there was more teamwork happening.
So what do they do? Just have one tank?
Yeah, only one tank now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it also made the speed of the game feel quicker. Like I liked that as well. Like games just felt like they went on forever before. The games either felt like they happened instantly because your team was so bad that you just got wiped, or they went on for so long that it was just boring, right? But now there's more of a middle ground, and I kind of like that. They're starting to like balance things out a lot more. But the biggest thing for me with Overwatch was they've added a new character, the Junker Queen. Do you know about this?
No.
So the Junker Queen.
So
her in the lore, her in the lore was sort of talked about when they were going on about Roadhog and is it Junkrat? I can't remember the name of the bloody character now, but I think it's Junkrat. Those two characters are both from Australia, and they're part of Junkertown, which is a place in Australia in Overwatch land, where everything about them is based on like junk they found and made into their weapons or whatever. But the Junker Queen is the person who's in charge. And I think she might have also kicked out Junkrat and Roadhog. That was like part of their lore or whatever. But they finally made her into a character, and I think I've finally found a character I like. She is actually very decent. The way she looks, her weapon, the way she plays, her abilities, and the fact that she's a tank completely covers. Like the only other character that I've fully enjoyed playing as much as her is probably Zenyatta, who is like a healer character. He's like a robot that throws out orbs and stuff. So yeah, I tested her out, and I think I played like 5 matches, and I think I won like 4 out of the 5. So I was like, yep, this is. I'm getting a little bit of sort of that honeymoon phase where I'm like enjoying it because I'm doing well as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to October 4th when I can finally actually like play the game properly. Because unfortunately, the beta progress doesn't count towards your actual current progress, which is such a bummer. I hate it when they do that.
Yeah, that's annoying. But then I suppose it also means that people can't like get really ahead of the curve.
Well, they wouldn't necessarily need to do that. All they need to do is just to like let it count towards your stats. I think is more what I mean, because there's like a stats that carries over from the previous game, and I just like it to show the fact that I've played that particular character for a certain amount of time, or like had so many kills with that character, or won so many matches with that character. But they're not doing any of that. Any progress you make with the beta is just wiped when the new game, when the beta ends really. The beta actually ends July 18th, so we've still got like over 2 weeks to play if I really want to. So that's a bonus, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, I can sort of learn the new meta a little bit if I want to, which is nice. So yeah, moving away from Xbox. The game I was playing
Sorry, Jay, just getting distracted and he's just come back.
No, you're alright. The game I was playing before we started the podcast was Final Fantasy X. So I bought the Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD remaster in 2016.
Okay.
Specifically July 2016. So exactly 7 years ago? 16?
Oh. I don't like you saying that.
Yeah, on PS4 I bought it
6 years ago? 6 years ago?
6, 7 years ago, whenever it was, because I checked my save files a minute ago, and I only played it for half an hour when I first got it, because I was like,
What platform? Xbox?
no, PlayStation.
Oh, right, okay.
I think it's only on PlayStation. I don't think you can get it for Xbox.
It's on Xbox now.
I'm not sure. But yeah, I kind of like thought to myself, Final Fantasy X to me is synonymous with Kingdom Hearts, because a lot of the Final Fantasy X characters are in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So because I loved Kingdom Hearts, I was like, I don't have much love for these characters. Weirdly, I have more love for the characters because of Kingdom Hearts than I do the actual game they're based from.
Sure, yeah.
So to me, the nostalgia of the
Kingdom
characters is from Kingdom Hearts, not from the actual game that they're from. So I kind of want to like understand where the characters came from, their stories, and all that kind of stuff. I want to sort of like gain a love for the characters, much like I do for all the characters of Final Fantasy 13, basically. So
yeah.
So I think that's probably my like number one game at the minute. Games I'm probably going to continue to play. Other games I downloaded were Prey, the recent redo of the game, the reboot.
Yeah.
That one I still kind of want to play properly. So that one's probably next on my list. Yeah, go
on. How long did you play it for? Will you be playing it again? You blah 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 blah
blah. What do you mean? Explain.
How long did you play for when you jumped back in?
Oh, just now. The same amount of time I played it when I first got it, so about half an hour or so.
And do you are you going to keep playing it, or?
I think so. I think as soon as we're done the podcast or later tonight, I'm probably going to be playing it again.
Oh, sick.
Hopefully. Sick. I mean, I want to get far enough in it where I can feel like, oh, I'm in it enough now. I just need to finish, kind of thing. Like I'm still debating on whether I want to play it for like trophies. I don't think I will, because Final Fantasy games are almost impossible to get 100% on.
15 was alright, to be fair.
Yeah, 15 was fairly easy, but everything else is sort of like.
I think
usually
there's
a lot more difficult.
Like there's a lot of hidden bosses, I think, in 10 which are really hard.
Whatever, I don't even care about any of that stuff. I just want to play it for the story. That's what I want to do it for.
Yeah.
Story and the battle, the way you can combat. Turn-based is just like the best.
Do you know the story?
No, which is why I kind of want to, gain the knowledge a little bit.
Yeah.
Because technically there's two games to play. There's X and X2.
Yeah.
And then there's also DLC for each of the games. There's Eternal Calm for X, and I think Last Mission for X2.
Was that DLC?
Well, they're like extra bits. Much like how Kingdom Hearts has like Kingdom Hearts like 2.5. It's like a little extra couple missions that come along with it,
Oh, right. I'm just confused, Jay, because like, did they make them to look like they were in the original game? Do you know what I mean? Or like, did they?
No, I think they were either part of the original games when they came out.
Oh, okay.
Or they were added because of the remaster.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
I'm pretty sure I didn't pay full price for the game either. I think I only paid like 20 quid, if that.
Nice.
So
I mean,
they are PS2 games for a start, but
they're remasters and they're really long, so
they actually look better than I remembered.
Dude, if you're on later, hit me up if I'm on. Feel free to, unless you don't want to chat while you're.
What, are you going to be on PlayStation? Are you?
Yeah, most.
All right, I'll probably hit you up. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of want to listen to the story, so I don't know. We'll see.
I understand. Well, to be fair,
I'm sure you're probably going to do the same thing, but I don't know what you're playing yet. So.
That's true, but I kind of like people just being there, even if I don't talk to them.
That's true.
That's just me.
That is nice. It's nice to have just like I like when you've got someone to hang out with you, but they're just there in the room.
Yes.
You don't even need to speak. You could literally, they could come in, you could say hello to each other, they sit down, you play a game, watch a movie, and then they leave, and it's like, oh, that was great. Like you just need someone to be there sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, understandable. Is that so? What do you have any questions for Final Fantasy?
No, that was it. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, other game, Prey. It's funny, the Prey game. I think that one I might even be more tempted to play than Final Fantasy, just because I know it's a shorter of a game.
Sure.
Another Xbox one actually is the Medium. I still want to play.
Did you play Prey?
What, the original or the remake?
No. The reboot thing. Have you played?
I played both.
Okay.
I played the original. Do you remember what the original story was?
Alien abduction, like alien
invasion? Yeah, but do you remember the main character?
No.
He was a native Native American.
Oh yeah, I remember that bit. Yeah.
And that just
I
like the
thought you meant
weirdest
his name.
shit.
Yeah, really weird.
I think I also remember it was either me or my dad. I think I remember playing the game, and either me or him would get a bit like motion sick because there was a bit where you had to go upside down.
Oh,
It might
okay.
have been my dad, but I've got a very vivid memory of that game. I think it came out in like 2005, 2006.
I think
Xbox
so.
One, Xbox 360 even.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of good actually for the time. So yeah, Prey I think is up there as well. There's like a really high chance of me playing that fairly soon. Um, what else did I download? I have to check
Uh,
now.
while you
There was
think,
something
Jay,
else.
Prey's one of those which I keep looking at all the
I
time.
know.
Like, should I play it?
It's
Should I
funny. I
play it?
I
Well,
literally thought to myself a minute ago, if I bring this up, Nick's probably going to want to play it.
like, dude, I just, I think I even might have started to play it and then bounced off. I can't even remember. Would you recommend I play it or what? Like, what?
Yeah,
What are
I
your
mean it'd be cool if
thoughts?
we played at the same time because then we could talk about it on the podcast, couldn't
Yeah, that's true. But I want to make sure I actually want to play it. You know what I mean?
we?
Like,
Yep.
am I?
Oh, you mean
Like,
you
do
haven't
you
got it yet,
like
have
it?
you?
It's on Game
Yeah.
Pass, mate. So it's all good.
Oh, get it on Game Pass then. Just try it out. There's no harm in trying it, is there?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, just another thing to add to the fucking list. Isn't it?
I
But
still
yeah,
need to play Ni no Kuni Remastered, the first game.
me too.
I've completed it on PS3,
Fair.
but I want to play it again on PS5.
Wow. Okay.
Really badly. Really, really badly. I want to play it again.
Have you bought the remaster thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a tenner, like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, sick. I
Weirdly,
think I got mine on offer, but I don't know if it was that cheap.
I kind of want to play the Lego Harry Potter collection. I saw that. I was like,
I
when
get
the
that.
hell did I get that? I must have got it on PlayStation Plus for free. I was
You've got
very
it.
tempted. Yeah, I've got it. It must have been free because I wouldn't have bought it. I'll tell you that right now.
Do you know? I think it's part. Have you got PlayStation Plus?
I used to have it a long time ago.
Okay. You saw the new revamp came out, by the way.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't sure. Did you want to talk about that? We could talk about that.
What now?
Because I want to briefly, just really quick. Like, it is basically exactly the same as Game Pass, just with slightly less options at the minute, I imagine.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. It's
pretty
actually even the
much.
same price. It's exactly the same price as Game Pass Ultimate.
What, the most premium one is the same price?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh,
$11.99.
okay,
I want to
interesting.
say. So I'm
Yeah,
actually kind of tempted. I was like, if there's at any point in the future Game Pass isn't having a good month, but PlayStation is, I might just switch over for that day.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I'll probably get it for a couple of months, play what I want to play, and then bounce out of it. But
Yeah.
like you say, Jay, it's literally Game Pass, but probably a bit of a
Oh.
worse version at this point. Now, Jay, what I was going to say on that front was go on.
No, go on, finish, and I'll do this.
Okay. There's probably there's a lot of games on this new PS revamp, Jay, but there's a lot of rubbish. It reminded me of
I mean,
Netflix. There was a lot.
The one
of
that was
bad.
on there that was like most good, the greatest to me was Returnal. I was like, ooh,
Right.
tempted because Returnal's still like 60 quid. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck that.
totally.
Jesus, didn't that
Totally.
win Game of the Year?
For some places.
Yeah,
for
some places I think like for their own individual votes, I think they won Game of the Year for some people.
Yeah.
I know it was
Dude, that
Maximilian's
game
Game of
looks
the Year.
so hard. I just.
No, it looks
anyway.
great. I definitely want to play it.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember the other
What were
game I
you gonna say?
downloaded. You're probably going to freak out.
Okay.
Horizon. At some point today, I'll probably jump back into it. It's either I'm either going to be playing over the next few weeks or days Horizon, Prey, or Final Fantasy. I kind of have to choose one of the three.
It's happening.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I could. I think the only reason I downloaded it because I was like, I just need to fucking finish this thing, just to make Nick happy as well.
Do the tick, man. Tick it off your list.
I
Don't
do.
have to
I
do
really
the side
badly
quests.
need to
You don't
tick
even
it.
have to do that. Just main quest. Tick, 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 tick.
Well, no, I kind of want to do everything. I kind of want to still, find every area and find as much as I can.
Sure. I
Still,
mean, I hope you do.
because the game
but-
isn't bad. I do like the game. I've never said it's been bad. It's just one of those ones I just haven't finished yet.
If I'm honest, Jay, if you were very, I know you like to play what you want to play, right? But if you were really regimented in what you wanted to play, you could easily bash out 3 or 4 of those games in a month. Like if you were very regimented
Well,
with
I
it, you know,
do
scheduled.
have some time off this year in October and November, primarily for Gotham Knights and Pokemon. But if at any point I
Nice.
finish those games early or late, then I'll switch over to something else to finish. That's probably the plan.
Sure. Sure.
I just saw some other games. I've just been like looking through my PlayStation library of games I own, and I was like, oh, I actually wouldn't mind playing some of those. So there's even more games where I just need to be like, I need to finish these. There's so many. Like I literally, I don't know what it is. I'm sort of starting to get back in that mode of gaming at the minute, and I like the mode I'm currently in, because I remember this is the feeling I had right before I played Ghost of Tsushima for the first time, and I was like, oh fuck, like good game. Why didn't I start this before? Kind of thing, you know.
Sure.
I love
Sure.
that feeling.
Sure.
Like you know the feeling I mean. Like right before you start a really good game, you're like, oh, I'm just in the mood for like 10 different games right now.
Totally.
So yeah, that's where I'm
It's
at.
a good thing though, because it's it's summer, so it's
I'd rather be
in
the mood for
few months.
loads of games than none. Like most, like 7, 6, 7, 8 months out of the year, I'm not in the mood to play. There's like a very brief window where I'm in the mood for like 10 games at the same time. I just need to pick one. So that's where I'm at. I'll update you next week or whenever.
I have no pressure, no expectations on what you'll play. Just looking forward to any sort of updates.
Yeah, we'll see where we are. But that's where I'm at.
See where we are.
That's where I'm at.
See where we are. Sick, bro.
Cool.
Let's go to the news.
Yes,
J-Balls.
please. There isn't much, but I'm not sure if you've added anything.
I added one.
Okay.
Let's start with that because I haven't even got the news story up because I'm not even sure
Yes,
what it was. But looks like Overwatch 2 is removing or becoming Overwatch 1 or like getting rid of Overwatch 1. What?
This is kind of cool, actually. So Overwatch 1 is just being completely replaced in the marketplace by Overwatch 2. So Overwatch 2 is basically just a giant update for Overwatch 1.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's a comparison. Oh, I love it. I think it's brilliant. Oh, Destiny. Destiny is kind of a similar thing, right?
Sure, Destiny 2.
Like Destiny 2 is Destiny 1, but as a giant patch.
But like, okay. I assume a lot of people who are angry at this, they were basically saying, why
would anybody be angry?
The marketplace?
Well, other than
removing the option to play Overwatch
that's true.
1.
Yes, that is true. But you got to think about it on like a money perspective. It would cost the company a hell of a lot of money to keep Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 running at the same time. So you have to pick one.
Sure.
Much like how I don't think you can go back and play Destiny 1 online anymore.
Can you not? I think you can.
It'd be cool if you could, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll double check that.
Okay, so why do you like this? Keep it smooth,
just out with the old, in with the new. I'm not a massive fan of that saying sometimes, but in this case, it just kind of feels right. I don't know. I feel like Overwatch 1 is just, it needed a revamp, and I'm glad it's this. You know, it needed an overhaul. I think I like the word overhaul. It needed an overhaul. It needed stripping down to the basics and then rebuilt from the ground up again. That's what it needed.
Sure. Okay. Well, so I know you said earlier, right? Overwatch 2 played really well in that, yeah. But imagine if they replaced Overwatch 1, but it was completely broken and worse. Like that would be awful, because then you wouldn't be able to go back to Overwatch 1. You know what I mean? So I think that's what the beta is for. Sure.
I want to say, and also they've been using the Overwatch 2 client for the tournaments. In the official tournament, they've been playing Overwatch 2 for the last 3 months.
My question to you: why not just leave it as an option to play Overwatch 1?
Because I honestly don't. I think it would die within 3 months.
Okay.
I don't think there's enough. I think the people who are angry about this is a small majority. I'd love to be proven wrong, but I think it's a small majority.
Okay. All right.
Just like a really loud group. Anyway. It's a very small group of loud people. I think that's all it is.
I just thought it was interesting. I was eager to hear your thoughts on it.
I mean, I'm not fussed, but I mean, if I was, I'd be telling you about it. And I don't. Sure. I honestly don't think I could. I can't think of a single. Like the only reason would be that people a nostalgia. Just because I think it also might be because they're worried that they're not going to be any good at the next one. But it's not that much of a difference. The only difference is that there's 5 versus 5 versus not being 6v6 anymore.
Sure.
So I guess if you're a tank player, it might be slightly worse. But technically, I think if you're a tank player, it's slightly better because you're now more likely to get into a game. Because before, it was you couldn't play a damage so the average wait time to play a damage character in the game is 10-minute wait time. I think tank is also fairly similar. I think it's like a 7 to 10 minute wait time, and then support is like a 1 to 3 minute wait time because nobody plays supports in the game. Nobody likes to be support. Everyone likes to be the damage dealer, right?
Sure.
Like I'd say it's probably like 70% damage dealers, 20% tanks, 10% support. Like they say that's probably about the split in terms of people who actually want to play the game. I'm more of a support tank. I'm not a massive fan of damage dealers, so I fit that small niche group of people. But yeah, I think the fact that there's now less tanks means that the tanks who are already in there now have more of a chance of getting into a game. So I think if you're a tank player, this is probably one of the best case scenarios, honestly. If you're a damage dealer, it's probably like the same, and if you're support, it's the same, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm just bloody. I can't. I want to be out now. If it was out now, I wouldn't be bothering with bloody Horizon or Prey or Final Fantasy. I'd be playing it.
Yeah, totally.
But because the beta doesn't, the beta is the beta. It's not like proper progress. So I'll play it for as here and there. But I want it.
Let's move on.
It.
I get you.
So bad.
I know. Let's move on to the other two news stories.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Then. So, first one comes from George Yang over at IGN, a job listing / careers page thing, which, let's be honest, seems to be the majority of where gaming outlets get their news from.
Yes.
News. Looks like Ghost might be working on Ghost of Tsushima. Sorry, go fucking else. Looks like Sucker Punch might be working on Ghost of Tsushima 2 because
that game's going to make so much money.
Parry timing and stuff. Jay, I've said from the get go.
I don't think they'll make a second one. No, yeah, I disagree. Just because of the fact that that I know of, there isn't going to be much of a story left to tell, unless for some reason it'll be in a different time period.
Right, which would be sick, right?
Yes.
Maybe even
if they do
the
sort of Assassin's Creed thing, right?
Right. Well, what about still Japan? Still keep it Ghost of Tsushima, but a different
it has to be Ghost. Well, the thing, Ghost Tsushima isn't. It technically is Japan. It's just a small island.
An island Yeah, I think that's right.
Ghost was the 1500s, maybe 1600s.
Yeah.
So Japan has an amazing history when it comes to their wars and emperors and battles and stuff. I'd love them to continue that. You know what I'd love? I'd love if, much like Assassin's Creed, we continued Ghosts. It was in the future, whether it be 50 or 100 years, but it was still one of Jin Sakai's kids. Turns out he had a kid, and his kids had kids, and his kids had kids, and you're playing as that character.
That'd be cool.
Like God of War almost. Maybe we even play as the kid and grow up along with your dad.
Oh yeah, that's
dude. Do a God of War Ghost of Tsushima.
No, don't.
100%. I'd play that before I played God of War.
Ah, you dickhead.
That's so funny. Oh man, I'd love if they did that. That'd be so cool. And then you end up killing your dad at the end.
Oh,
for the same reasons?
Well, let's be honest.
Oh shit, dude! Your dad becomes corrupt. I don't think he would, but that'd be cool.
Jay, that'd
probably ruin Jin. Honestly, that'd probably ruin Jin for me.
Jay, you might have just ruined one of the best things about God of War Ragnarok, right? Because if you were like, oh yeah,
well, I haven't seen. I don't know about God of War. So...
No, I don't either. I'm just it's just speculation.
Speculation. Okay, no spoilers.
Imagine if you control Atreus and then you end up killing Kratos. How fucking mental would that be?
I mean, this takes place at the end of God of War 1, 2, and 3, right? Or technically it's after those games?
Technically after those
games. So they could do what they want with it, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Although, yeah, this doesn't follow. God of War doesn't follow the actual history of the god, does it? It's like its own version.
They mix it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they mix it up.
They could do what they want with it. Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. So, dude, this obviously I'm very excited about the prospect of a new Ghost.
But if it
game,
isn't a Ghost game, and it was still had the same mechanics, and it was like a different game entirely, I'd still be happy with that. Even if it's just a completely new IP, but.
Totally. Jet, I'll bring up what I was going to say, what I always say every week. I know this is news and we're just speculating, having fun, right? But this game ain't coming out for 4 years.
2025, yeah. Between July and November and October 2025, we'll probably see this. That's my prediction right now. That's my prediction.
All right, prediction right.
You got to think. Ghost of Tsushima came out in 2019, 2020.
2020.
So we've already had 2 years of development of potentially another game.
But then have we? Because they did the director's cut thing as well with the additional island and stuff. So like,
Yeah,
does that eat into the next game's development? You know what I mean?
probably a little bit, but I mean that leaves at least a year, the last year of
Yeah,
development.
totally.
I reckon this last year has been pre-production on the next game.
Yeah, sure.
Like they've probably got the base idea down and they're now currently building it.
Sure.
But because they've already got all the assets from the previous game, it's probably going to take them slightly less time.
I hope so, right? Because like that's the idea with most sequels, right? The foundation's there, you just need to build on it. So they should come quicker.
Spider-Man.
That's the idea, right? Spider-Man, Horizon 2, all that stuff.
Same assets. Yeah. I mean, technically all the From Software games.
Right. Same foundation.
Elden
right?
Ring is
Which
just.
is why they
just
bash them out so
Elden
quickly,
Ring.
Right?
The entirety of Elden Ring is all reused assets plus a load of new ones. Software games tend to use reused assets. Most other games, all the Fallout games use reused assets. They tend to just up-res everything, right?
Right.
But a lot of the time, actually, weirdly, it's for like game design reasons. Specifically in Elden Ring, a lot of the ruins that you come across are all the same building, but they do that on purpose for a game mechanic, so that you know that when you come across a building that looks like that, you're going to find a hidden area underneath that building. So there's actually specific game design reasons for why you can reuse stuff. But yes, I mean most game designers tend to just reuse stuff and change it in whatever way they can to make it different enough.
So on the FromSoft side of things, Jay, like I know it's kind
of.
Oh,
they're also currently in the middle of development on the next game, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think they're making an Armored Core game, which seems weird to me. It seems like a very Japanese-only type game. Armored Core isn't a great game. Not in the Western world. It's not. Japanese love Armored Core, but not over here.
I think, to be fair though, that makes sense because obviously if they peak with Elden Ring, maybe we'll just make a different type of game, right? Which is fair.
I don't know.
I was going to say, in terms of FromSoft games, I think part of the reason that you can bash them out so quickly is because they got the same sort of foundation, really, haven't they? Like third person.
Well, they don't bash them out that quick. I mean, there's a fair decent space in between each of them.
You say that, Jay. In
like
the
at
last
least
10
3 years.
Dark Souls came out. What, 2000 and was it 9?
Dark Souls 1 2009, Dark Souls 2 was 2012, 2013.
Bloodborne 2015, Dark Souls 3
Dark Souls 3
2016.
maybe 16, 17, and then Elden Ring 2021, 2022.
Sekiro.
Oh, Sekiro was 2019, I think.
So that's a lot of games, mate.
Yeah, that's what, 6 games in
12 years? 13 years?
13-ish years, 13, 14 years, yeah.
That's a lot. I
mean, that's better than Halo.
Studios. Mate, that's better than fucking most, right?
Yeah.
It's better than most.
Yeah, but like you say, a lot of the time it is just, upgraded versions of the past thing. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. In their case, it's made them a fuck ton of money.
That's true.
Holy shit.
Jay, next story, bro.
Yeah.
Gotham Knight features the biggest video game version of Gotham City ever made from Matt Purslow.
Oh, it's making me smile, dude. Because I'm taking off time from work to play that thing. Tell you what.
Dude, that gives me anxiety. Bigger does not mean better. We know this.
It's true, but
with game maps.
In my mind, Gotham Knights is basically what Gotham City, Arkham City should have been. Arkham City was big, but it wasn't that big.
Yeah, but hold on a minute, bro. Okay, hold on. Did you say Arkham Knight is what? Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that, but I thought I haven't played it that much. I've played like half an hour, but I thought Arkham Knight. No. I've completed Arkham City, but Arkham Knight, I thought that was too big almost. No, you don't think?
No. I think, and before those games came out, in my mind, is what I'm having is a similar vision of what I imagine Gotham Knights is going to be size wise.
I understand.
Like I kind of want it to be almost like a GTA level size map.
But you want it to be dense, right? You want lots of stuff going on, right?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like I feel like Gotham's big enough. Like they should, in my mind, it should be the entirety of Gotham.
I thought
like it should be the entire thing. No. I imagine. I mean, it probably was, but I mean, I feel like it should have been bigger. Should have been bigger. All right. Like in my like when I envision Gotham, it's fucking like Blade Runner. It's like massive.
Right.
It's like 3 or 4 times the size of New York. It's giant. Like it's just. There's
You
just
want the game to be
endless
that side of your
skyscrapers.
imagination.
Yeah, like my imagination is always better than anything. Anything I've ever played, my imagination is infinitely better.
But that's because it's your imagination.
I know, I fucking love it. I love being in here. It's bloody brilliant sometimes because I can just like envision the best possible. Like if I had a superpower, I'd love to be able to like envision the idea for a game, click my fingers, and it be playable. Because it'd probably be the best game I've ever played in my life.
Right? They try and create.
Well, to a degree, but then they get assholes, big cats being like, "Nah, change that, change that," and it becomes something terrible, you know. And it gets rushed, and it's like, "Oh, we actually want to make it like this, but we weren't allowed to," and like all this crap.
So this game's definitely coming out this year, yeah?
Well, that's the thing. So I haven't actually booked the time off yet. I'm sort of I want to get closer to the date because if they delay at any point, that's going to piss me off. But as far as I'm concerned, I've been looking at like articles and stuff, and the devs are like, "Yep, definitely coming out 25th, definitely coming out. Make pre-order now, and it's kind of like, okay. So I mean,
is that October 25th?
Annoyingly, it's a Tuesday.
Week of Halloween.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's usually.
And actually,
Tuesday
you're wrong.
It's
the week before Halloween because Halloween's on the Monday the next week.
Oh, yeah, but people will celebrate that weekend, won't
yes,
they?
sure, exactly. Yeah. So I need you to answer me this. When I take time off work, do I take off the 24th to the end of the week, or do I take off the 25th till the Monday the next week?
Is it out on the 24th?
25th, the Tuesday. So I either have to work, have a weekend off, go back in for one day, and then have time off, or just take that Monday off and be off for all the same time.
No, I think you just work Monday, take the 4 days off, and then you can use that other day for another time, can't you?
For the next Monday, yeah.
Well, hold on a minute. You just want a week off, do you? Period.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if I take that Monday, I'll have like technically.
I would take the Monday after, Jay.
9 days.
You don't know if you'll be done with it yet by then.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm a little bit worried about. Yeah, so I think I might just have to work that Monday, unfortunately. All right,
that's fine.
That solidifies it. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, because you don't. Because ultimately, if you take that Monday off before it comes out on Tuesday, bro, the whole day you're going to be going.
That Sunday night, I'll have not finished it and been like, oh, I wish I had that Monday.
Yeah, totally. And you'll be thinking about it the whole day, like before.
Yeah, I know. It'll piss me off. But technically, at that point, Overwatch 2 will be out.
Okay.
So I'll still be able to play that.
Yeah, but then you kind of want to get an Arkham mode, don't you?
It's very true. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll just take the month. I'll take Halloween off instead.
Do it.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right, bro. That's it from the news this week. Let's move on to my topic, if that's all right with you, Giza. Shredder's Revenge. We played it for like half an hour together, didn't we?
We did. We got a couple of achievements too.
We did.
What did we get? Like 120G, 200G, or something?
Do we?
I think so. It was pretty decent. It was like 7 or 8 achievements that we got.
Oh, sick! Yeah, well,
it's a pretty fun game actually. Yeah. I was surprised.
Yeah, I thought it was enjoyable. Do you know? It's funny actually. I was listening to some people talk about it, online and stuff, and I totally agree with them that for some reason I don't play many fighting games, as you know, but these street brawler games, Jay, I find the gameplay fundamentally a bit boring because it's very much a kind of hit. Move away, hit me, like kind of like there's not much complexity to it. There's not much you can do to roll out the way, and like you kind of got to remember these moves, but they don't really matter. Like
it does feel a little bit clunky. I'll give you that. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I just feel like all those street brawler games, the fact that there's like an up and down as well as a side to side is a bit annoying.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so like I'm glad it came out, so people who like that, like the old TMT games and stuff, and this studio seems to be knowing what they're doing, right, with Streets of Rage 4, which they made before this and stuff. So, cool, man, day one on Game Pass, groovy, but I played it with you, had a good time, wouldn't necessarily go back to it, you know what I mean? I think you're in the same
Something
place.
else I missed, I don't know if you remember, is it Naraka Blade Point came out as well, 23rd.
Oh yeah, did you play it?
I played that for like an hour. It was just like another MOBA thing. I remembered why I'd stopped playing it before, but it's a lot more improved than when I first played it. So
okay,
good game, but I won't play it forever. So is it what?
Fair. Is it melee? Is it like mainly melee? Like
it's like primarily melee. There's like a couple guns, but yeah, it's very much like Fortnite. It's just basically Fortnite, just without the building. It's a lot more fun, I'd say. But yeah.
Okay,
it's fine, but I'm not going to continue playing it. It's just too much investment.
Yeah, totally. Totally. The other thing I jumped into with William was Spartan Ops, which I think I mentioned before. I just wanted to bring up the point, Jay, that so Spartan Ops is basically a thing in Halo 4 they did, where every week after the game came out, or at some point every week after the game came out, they basically released a mission, which is quite a cool idea, right? Like every week you jump in, you do Spartan mission ops, bounce out, right? I just wanted to bring this up, Jay, because the missions are so spongy, dude. Like you get to a point in the mission and you're like, yeah, done, and you're only halfway through. And, like all the enemies are just like, it's not like, don't get me wrong. Am I just expecting, enemies to spawn in a map that we already know and just to defeat them? Yes, I am. Am I expecting that to last 20 to 30 minutes for one mission? No, I'm not. Sponginess is bad, Jay. That's what I want to bring up. Sponginess is bad.
It's weird that you're using that. Is that a verb? That describing word?
Yeah.
Or is that an adjective? I'm annoyed that I still forget
Hold
what
on a
all those
minute.
are.
No, I think verb is a doing. I think an adjective is a... I don't know.
Whichever one the describing word is. Yeah, it's weird that you're using spongy in that context. Because to me, spongy is referred... When you refer to something as spongy, it means like an enemy has so much health that you're just shooting into them and they don't die.
Well, I kind of mean that too.
Yeah, but you're allocating that to the level of the length of the mission, almost being like the size of a boss's health bar.
Yeah, so we thought we could just bounce in and out of those missions, right? But like they're just too spongy. So anyway, so then we started playing. So I was with Will's, like, oh, what can we play? What can we play? And I was looking on Game Pass, and like Will's pretty fussy because he's incapable of playing any sort of Lego games because he's got the mind of a child. So
I'd love to play a Lego game with you,
dude.
Have you got the Harry Potter collection?
I mean, I don't think so, but I can have a look.
If you've got it on PlayStation, I'd happily play that with you.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Yeah, if you haven't, then don't worry. But I'd love to play that, just because I'd rather play that as a co-op game than just a single player.
Totally.
Seems really fun to try and like get all the achievements on that or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Or trophies in my case. I don't know.
It would be good to have a game, Jay, which we play only co-op together.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I wouldn't play it on my own. I don't think.
Sure. I'll check it. I'll check if I got it. But and then I was looking, and then I was like, Outriders. I didn't mind the demo for that. We can try Outriders.
Outriders
right?
is good. They've got the new update too, but I think you have to pay for that, unfortunately.
I think you do, yeah. But I think I knew that you played it.
I did. I finished it recently. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was like, let's jump in, and dude, I'm liking Outriders a lot. It's basically what I wanted from the original Destiny, pretty much.
Oh really? It's weird. Outriders to me feels like a budget Destiny.
Interesting, because I felt like, apart from the actual core gameplay, which Destiny's fantastic at,
yes,
I felt like it was a more fleshed out Destiny.
Opposite direction for me.
Interesting.
Destiny is like the pinnacle, and everything else below it is just below it.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
But no, thoroughly enjoying it. I think we'll go back to it. I think we'll.
It's weird. It felt like a dead game when I finished it, but I imagine most people were just waiting for this new DLC to drop. That's probably why.
Likely, yeah, likely. But
I also think most people play it on PC. I don't think anybody plays it on Xbox.
Okay.
That's
well, it's
why.
on Game Pass now, so yeah. Yeah, but no, thoroughly enjoying it, Jay. I mean, yeah, it feels like. What does it feel like?
It reminds me of those Xbox 360 games, almost like, remember Guerrilla Red Faction?
Yeah.
Felt very similar in feel to that, just because of the third person aspect of it. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it was similar devs, honestly. Who were the devs on?
Yeah. I don't know who that is. But
on Outriders? Is that what?
Oh yeah, People Can Fly is Outriders, who made Bulletstorm, I believe.
Bulletstorm, wow, yeah.
Gears Judgment, yeah. But no, I think you could really tell they cared a lot about the game, and there's little life. What do you call them? Lifestyle improvements, style of life, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Things that make the game a lot easier to manage, right? Like marking all your stuff in junk and in your inventory and being able to dismantle it all at once, and picking up things, all loads of small things which make it really easy.
It's funny you say that. I always forget that bloody name of that. Quality of life is what you meant.
Quality of life.
I don't know why that again. It's like Horizon Zero Dawn. I can't quite get like the words always in different orders in my head.
Yeah.
The People Can Fly. They did. They did Gears of War Judgment.
Yeah, I said that earlier, bro.
And they did the original Gears of War.
Nah, they didn't. They might have helped, but they didn't. That was Epic Games.
Yeah. They did the ported version
PC.
for PC. Yeah, PC port is what they did.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it, bro. Like, I think the gameplay's fun. I think it's like strangely,
Yeah, it's still fun.
It's like humor. It's got humor in it, but it's strangely dark. Like
Yeah.
there's quite a lot of darkness.
It reminds me of Mass Effect in terms of like dialogue.
Yes, lots of Mass Effect vibes.
Yeah, but like the bad bits of Mass Effect, not the good bits. Like the very sort of clunky, robotic. It feels very clunky.
I feel like that's just the vibe they're going for.
I guess that's maybe just the best I could do. Just didn't feel very flowy. It feels very like this. It feels very like.
Well, the dialogue.
Just the way the game plays. It doesn't feel very flowy. The only flowy bit about it is the movement between like it feels very much like Gears, I guess, right, in that way.
Yeah.
But everything else about it just feels very like clunky and rigid and very like stagnated. Is that the right word?
I don't think it feels that rigid, but I kind of like rigid when you're in cover-based.
Sometimes it feels nice. Yeah, sometimes it's it ebbs and flows in that kind of way. But yeah, it's definitely not a terrible game. It's just not the best of what I had imagined it would have been. So.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Because how far are you into it? Do you know?
Dude, like a few hours.
Like what level are you?
We've just got to the second area.
So what, like level 8? 5?
I think we're level 9 or 10.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm trying to like gauge where you are, but alright.
I think we're actually.
It honestly doesn't take that long to finish. Like you could probably finish it in like a couple of days, but it just depends on where you are, you know.
Yeah, no, well, I think we're only playing it when we're on together, so.
Yeah, it's definitely good for that. Yeah, playing it sparsely would probably be pretty fun.
Like you say, I'm just looking forward to playing something that doesn't go on forever too. Like
it does kind of have an ending. Like when you get to the end, you can do extra stuff, but it's like you don't really want to. It's not very good. Sure. It's not very good end game stuff. So.
Okay, that's what I hear. So
not like Destiny.
I mean, at this rate, like I'm kind of looking at the achievement list, going like, you know, is this doable, sort of thing. You know?
Yeah. Good to check it.
It seems fairly alright at the moment. So yeah. All right, J-Balls, can you please take us back to the home screen where we'll finish with a bit of Guess Who's Review? I believe it's your turn.
Certainly is.
So for those who don't know, Guess Who's Review, pick a random game review from a random outlet. We pick 3 quotes from it, and the other person's got to guess the game based on the quotes. I believe it's a pretty tight race at the moment, Jay. What are the scores on the doors? Do you know?
Well, we're 34 each.
No pressure.
So it's your chance to get ahead.
Okay.
It's just happened every time we do this. Is you get ahead, and then I catch up to the same as you, and then you just get ahead again. So it's like we're like play Tom and Jerry at this point, but a cat and mouse.
Just infinite cycle.
Yeah.
Infinite.
Right.
Cycle.
Are you ready?
I'm
pretty sure we haven't done this one before, and I actually want to talk about this game after we finish because I'm thinking about playing it potentially again.
Okay.
I actually don't know if you've played this game. I did this on like.
You just gave me a huge clue there, but.
Well, I guess so, but it's nothing I've mentioned yet. So.
Sure.
You don't know if it's Xbox or PlayStation or what? So.
It's true. No, I know, but I know you've played it before.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah, but you don't know if I've played this one recently or not.
You don't know that we know that you know.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm really hoping these aren't too easy, but you honestly could get on the first one, so we'll see.
Well, I am very good, Jay, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Investigating ancient ruins in the heart of the jungle, my former mentor was quick to pull the chain levers to open doors for me, as well as provide his light to connect certain puzzle pieces on our journey.
What a filled quote that
I know.
is.
There's enough in there for you to definitely get it on the first if you know enough about the game. But if you don't, it's fairly like it could be any of these, you know, jungle ruin games.
Yeah, sure. So with this one, Jay, so jungle, a game in the jungle in ancient was it ruins? Was it?
Yeah, investigating ancient ruins in the heart of the jungle. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've also got some sort of AI system here where former mentor was it? So was mentor, now not mentor. So that's an interesting piece. And we're doing puzzles and shit.
You're gonna probably get it first, bloody try, aren't you, you bastard?
Well, I mean, absolutely Uncharted 1 comes to mind, right?
Okay.
Set in the jungle. You've got Sully with you most of the game, I think. You've got I think you've got puzzles in that game, right? So that immediately comes to mind. You've also got Lara Croft, but I haven't played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I think is the one set in the jungle. So, and that's the one I assume with Ancient Ruins. And I don't know if your former mentor helps you out. I don't even know who your mentor is in that game, to be honest. You've then got everything else.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally so many to choose from. That's kind of why I did this. I was like, well, yeah, this is like, one of those ones where you could pick one of the like 10 games this could be.
Yeah, can you repeat the quote, please?
Investigating ancient ruins in the heart of the jungle, my former mentor was quick to pull chain levers to open doors for me as well as provide his lighter to enact certain puzzle pieces on our journey.
Exert light, was it?
What? Exert light?
Yeah, what you said, pull chains and
open doors for me as well as provide his lighter to enact certain puzzle pieces on our journey.
His lighter? Oh.
Should be extremely obvious now. Especially if you know anything about the character that I'm chatting about.
Use his lighter.
I don't know if you've played this game.
Yeah,
now that I think about it, I don't think you have.
Well, to be fair, I don't like puzzle games. So I don't know if that,
really?
Heavily puzzle. Yeah.
Spyro? Not a fan of puzzle games?
No, it's more like a platformer, isn't it?
Okay.
So.
Okay, fine.
Like I don't like Portal. You know what I mean?
Really? Dude,
Yeah,
Portal
really,
2,
really.
the game changer.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I like puzzle games now.
Me and you need to play Portal 2 at some point. That's fun.
I saw Ben play through actually the whole thing while I was there.
It's good.
Jay, I can't think. I'm gonna have to go. Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
Correct.
Oh!
I knew you were gonna get it bloody first, you bastard.
Oh my god! I didn't know you played that game, Jay.
Well, I actually have the whole collection, so. And I was planning on potentially playing through them all again, just because they were fun the first time. And I did recently watch the movie, the one with both Tom Holland and what's his face.
How was that, Jay Balls?
Honestly, I'm kind of waiting to see what they do with the next one. The first one wasn't great, but I have a feeling the second one might be better.
Oh god!
Can I just say the rest of the clues?
Yeah.
Or the
please,
quotes,
yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
A third-person action-adventure platforming shooting homage to the pulp action movies of yesteryear. Probably should have had that as the first one. And then the secrets of his ancestor Sir Francis Drake alongside his cigar-chomping buddy Sully and newswoman Elena.
Yeah, I mean,
that would have definitely given it to you, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I've also got 2 more games ready for the next time I do this, so I'm looking forward to showing you those. And I know for a fact you haven't played... Actually, I don't think you've played either of the next 2 games, so we'll see.
Well, to be fair, Jet, I've never played Uncharted 1. I've only seen a playthrough, so that wasn't as easy as I think.
That wasn't technically Uncharted 1. It was like just Uncharted as a franchise, so I just like, he'll get it, whatever it is.
Okay.
So.
All right, fair enough. All right, Jay. Well, we're wrapped up for the week. Got a lot to play. Gonna jump into that.
Too
DLC
much.
Cuphead,
I've literally got too much to play. Like it's kind of like bugging me because I've now got to make the decision: do I finish off Horizon? Do I start Prey? Do I keep playing Final Fantasy X?
Yeah.
Do I start playing Witcher? Do I keep playing Dragon Age? Like, do I finish off Fallout? Like, there's literally like I've got 6 games to choose from, or do I just play Overwatch beta and just do that for the next 2 weeks? Like, what do I do? You know?
I can. if I'm a better man, Jay, which I am.
That's another thing.
Definitely just playing Overwatch too.
I have been replaying a Pokemon game. The remakes of Sapphire and Ruby.
Oh, nice!
I bought the remake for Ruby when it came out, and that was one of my favourite Pokemon games of all time. But then I recently, maybe in the last year or 2, bought the other one. I bought Alpha Sapphire, and I was like, I need to play this eventually. And I've been playing it for about an hour each night for the last maybe 3 or 4 days.
Cool.
Just to be like something to do while I'm watching a podcast or something or whatever, you know.
That's sick, dude.
So, again, too many things to choose from. And I think most of my time has been spent playing mobile games, honestly.
So, by the way, when you play the Pokemon
play so
one, so is that the first time you're playing the other one, the other remake?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Interesting.
The same game, just different Pokemon.
No, I know.
Well, technically different games because
I'm a Pokemon veteran, alright?
Well, no, you're not. Ruby and Sapphire have different villain teams depending on which one you play. Alpha has the
Aqua
and Magma as Ruby.
See, I do know my shit.
Well, that's also because you played those ones. You couldn't tell me anything about Black or White or bloody Y, X and
I
Y,
absolutely could not. No.
Or what else? Probably Diamond
Are
and
they
Pearl.
called X and Y because the legendary Pokemon look like an X and look like a Y?
Xerneas and Yveltal, yeah. Yveltal.
Oh man. I tell you what, I think a comedian could do a whole hour-and-a-half sketch just saying Pokemon names out loud.
Honestly, I mean, there's roughly 900 to choose from, so yeah, they can have a pretty good go of it. Definitely.
That's sick. All right, mate. Well, go have fun. Go play. Maybe we'll chat later. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Have a good week,
I'm genuinely pissed off.
Why?
Because I've got to pick a game. I don't know which one to play. I want to play all of them at the same time.
Oh, poor you. First world issues, Jay. First world issues.
It's bloody annoying. We need to talk about. I need to ask you.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
We'll talk.
Yeah. Everyone else, we'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Homies.
Peace.